Hello, this is Mike editing this. This is Cringe Crew Music Podcast, Season 4, Episode 6. So, in this episode, I didn't realize that my mic wasn't being detected by OBS until after I had basically finished doing the intro and talking about the first album. So, here I am, recording this later on, several months after the fact, trying to remember what we were talking about in this episode, because me having no audio for the first however long doesn't help me at all. So I think in this episode we were talking about Bloc Party's album 4, because I was basically doing a Redux Season 1 talking about albums by artists that I talked about in Season 1. So I talked about Bloc Party Silent Alarm in Season 1, so I decided to talk about their album 4 for this episode. That album, oh boy, I have to do this in real time as I'm recording this right now and look stuff up. Okay, so 4. Oh boy, I haven't listened to this in a bit, so I have to kind of give some thoughts on the album on the spot. I think this is pretty solid. I think there's... I don't know if there's like really any tracks on this that I don't like, per se. I'm looking at the deluxe version, which includes Ratchet, French Exit, and a couple of other tracks that aren't on the main one, which I don't even think I talked about those tracks for this episode. I think I just listened to the normal one, which means that the album ends with We're Not Good People. So if that's the case... oh boy, okay, on the spot thoughts for the album that I haven't listened to in several months. It's good. I don't think it's as good as Silent Alarm, but I do think it's a good album. I don't think that there's a track on here that I really dislike very much. Yeah, that's all I've got. So I think this picks up with Steven talking about his thoughts on the album. I don't remember what the other two albums that we talked about in this episode were. I'm sorry that we're very scuffed, and I'm having to do this in post. I can't believe I fucking did this to myself. I forgot that my mic wasn't working for this episode, because here I am, like 8-9 months, however long, several months after we initially did this episode, trying to remember what this episode was about. I don't know what albums we were talking about other than the Bloc Party one. I don't know what Steven's pick was. I don't know what Conley's pick was. You also missed footage where you can see my cat as a very tiny kitten, so based on that, this is probably September, October-ish, maybe? I think that's when I got Lily. I don't remember. But yeah, you missed the footage of me holding him as a very tiny kitten, I think, because, yeah, I cut all that out. Whoops. So that's cool. Anyway, back to the episode where my mic is working, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a good album, for sure. I like it a lot. I like most of Bloc Party's stuff, actually. It's electronic rock type style stuff, so if you're into that, you'll like it. This whole album's pretty good. I actually like their first album a little more, the first one we talked about. I think you said it's called Silent Alarm. I like that album a little more than I like this one, but no complaints overall. It's a good album.
I've never listened to or heard of the Bloc Party, but I wasn't. I mean, I don't hate it. I feel very. I don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't think it's bad. I just think it has this slightly alternative sound to it that I'm not a huge fan of, I guess, or at least like not by them. Maybe I really liked We Are Not Good People, and I think Leaf Skeleton. I really like those two. Oh well, I mean, I have Spotify, so I just listened to the deluxe one. I think that one ended in Black Crown. Okay, so it was Black Crown then. It was We Are Not Good People and Black Crown that I liked a lot. I don't know. The first half of the album, I wasn't able to really get into it that much. Maybe I've just been listening to stuff that's too fast now, and like listening to alternative now is like a little harder for me. But like, it wasn't bad. I'll say that it wasn't bad. Probably just not for me, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk about mine. This album reminds me a lot. Well, this band, I should say, reminds me a lot of like Animals as Leaders.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of in the same vein. I picked this one because I thought you both would really like it. I genuinely thought you both would really like it. This whole album's good, but probably my favorite song off the whole album is "Found God in a Tomato." Uh, yeah, you see it and you think, oh, this is gonna be some weird trippy shit, and it is some weird trippy shit. It's very good. This album doesn't really focus on vocals, which is kind of a big difference from what I normally listen to. It's more instrumental based. But I actually found this after I listened to Animals as Leaders, and I was like, huh, this sounds similar. I really like this. And then went through their whole discography and High Visceral. I think this is part 1 that I picked. Yeah, so there's 2 parts to or is it 3? There's 2 or 3 parts to this album. The album in total is like 3 hours long. So I just picked the first part because it's bearable and it's very good. And I figured you both would like it, so I'm curious to see how y'all feel about it.
OBS apparently did not detect my microphone, so anything that I just fucking said for the past 6 minutes, stream did not hear that.
Oof.
Motherfucker. Okay, that's fine. I can't be bothered to restart a second time because we're already into the second album. So if you didn't hear me, I'll just do some editing before this for the YouTube version and just summarize what I thought about shit. It's fine. It's whatever. It feels dumb to restart again, so I won't. Anyway, I liked this quite a bit. The vocalist for this band kind of reminds me... I haven't listened to much Tame Impala, but it reminds me of the guy from Tame Impala a little bit. And so I thought it was the same guy, and it is in fact not. It is not the same guy. Just sounds very similar. As for instrumental-wise, this is just some solid, like, psychedelic rock, which is not something that I listen to very often, but I am into this. Lots of very noodly type of stuff. Yeah, it's cool. I like this. That's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah, I really liked it too. When I first saw the name Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, I was like, I just like thought to myself, I wonder if they're gonna sound psychedelic. And then I listened to the first track and I'm like, their name just perfectly describes. Got it. Cool. Perfect.
Yep.
It was really good. I mean, I love psychedelic kind of stuff. So, I sat there and listened to this album, I think at least 2 or 3 times through, because I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna sit here in my chair and listen to this for an hour. So, okay. This was a very good album of turning it on, sitting back, and just relaxing.
Yes, it's a good vibe album.
Yes.
For when you're vibing.
Yes, vibing. Yes, that's what I'll use.
Correct.
Yes. I loved it. I mean, I love psychedelic stuff in general. Like I said, it has this really, really fun psychedelic kind of maybe jazzy kind of feel to it in certain tracks.
I can see that.
They definitely do a lot of the more, not necessarily experimental stuff, but very different than just like the normal time signatures or normal chords. I love this a lot. I'm gonna keep listening to it and probably the rest of their stuff.
Oh yeah, if you like this album, you should definitely listen to part 2. You'd like part 2 a lot too.
That's where I'm going to next. So we get to my album, which is Firestyle by Big Lugg and Yuri Lowenthal, who is the English voice actor for Sasuke in Naruto.
I have some things to say about this, but I'll let you explain yourself.
Oh yeah, I do too.
So this came out in the middle of August, and within minutes of me hearing about it, I was like, okay, I gotta listen to this. I'll say this much. There is a reason why most of them are voice actors and not rappers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a very obvious reason for that.
Yep.
But I'm just, you know what? I'll give them that they are really good voice actors and not very good at rappers. I will say that Big Lugg, the actual, like, I suppose, rapper that they got to do, I think, the beats and the, more common style rapping, I guess you could say, I think does at least a decent job. I think his beats are, I think, at least decent on this album. I don't know if I'd call them spectacular, but I found this album to be I have watched Naruto from beginning to end probably 4 times now. To say that I'm obsessed is a little bit of an understatement. I couldn't stop laughing from beginning to fucking end, and I still have to go back and listen to some of them just so I can, like, get all the little references that they do, because I just think they're hilarious. And fucking yep. I love
Same.
it. Yes, I love it.
Same.
I love it. Yes, I've been watching Naruto. I've been following it since the original was airing. I love it. So even though I will say that Shikamaru, Rock Lee, they're not very good, but I'll say that I enjoyed the shit out of this.
I put it on shuffle, and it came on Atagakara, and I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be about the Sound Village.
Mm-hmm.
It was about the Sound Village.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, they're not from the Sound Village. They're from the off-brand Walmart radio rap village.
Yeah, they are.
This place, these guys are not great. They're great voice actors.
Yes,
really good voice actors.
Oh yeah. Neil Kaplan in Dance with Madara, I think is he talks I think more than raps, and I think talking as Madara was kind of cool.
Oh but, yeah. Madara is one of the best voice actors in any anime
easily.
Ever. Easily. Like, pretty much hands down. They nailed his role perfectly, but whoever got together and was like, hey yo, so I just had an 8-ball and like a 24-pack of Pabst Blue. Let's make a rap album. Yeah, that person should have been shot when they came up with that idea. I don't know who thought this album was a good idea, but
I only wish they could have gotten Molly Flanagan to do Naruto at least on one track. I wish they. I know, but it would have. When you look at a 13-track like this, you can't get much worse.
And that doesn't make it okay.
I don't even know where to begin with this. I put so I saw the cover for this. I should probably preface this by saying that I am very much subs over dubs, specifically because of the Naruto dub. Okay, they changed some things in the original series prior to Shippuden that I thought was just fucking dumb, because this aired on Cartoon Network back in the day, not Toonami. So they had to re-change some things for kids, and so that kind of solidified, okay, I am never watching the dub for any anime ever moving forward. Alright? So I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. For that reason. The only redeeming quality of this is that they got the VAs to participate in this, but their performance was not very good because they are voice actors and not rappers. The only way that I can describe this is that this was kinda cringe. This is the kind of shit that someone might be into if they're 16. I can picture it now. It's like the early 2010s or 2000s, whenever the fuck Naruto first aired. You're 16, you are the epitome of edginess and cringe, and you're probably unironically really obsessed with something like this, and everyone around you is like, bro, that's cringe, and you just don't care. That's
like being obsessed with Blood on the Dance Floor.
That too, maybe. I don't think the instrumentals for this were serviceable, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just kind of mid. The main guy, his performance was also kind of mid. This is just kind of mid. If you want to listen to this for, like, I don't know, some kind of novelty factor. Knock yourself out, but
Your shoes.
I don't know, man.
Your cat is attacking your shoes.
It's fine. I don't care.
Oh, she's playing with a ball now.
Yeah, she likes that corner over there for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, this exists, I guess. Check it out, maybe.
Or don't.
Or don't. Or don't. If you don't like bad rapping, don't check it out.
Look, if you want to listen to anime voice actors doing music, just listen to real. Like,
well, yeah.
Just listen to real. Like, she's a famous voice actor. You want to listen to music made by a voice actor? Just listen to real.
There are other voice actors that make music, not these guys.
She's a good voice actor and a good musician. So
exactly.
Well, that is albums. I have a concert to talk about. I saw Gorillaz last week, and holy fuck, that was good. That was a borderline spiritual experience, to summarize it. So I have the set list here, actually. I'll put that up on screen. So the drill is, if I'm going to a show, I will check this really cool website called Setlist FM. It's like a collaborative community website where people will upload the stops on a tour and put the songs that artists play. And so usually what I'll do is I'll go on here, look at a couple of stops before wherever I am, see if someone has the set list up, and if they do, I'll make a playlist of those tracks and listen to them beforehand, because sometimes there's stuff in there that maybe I haven't heard before. But with Gorillaz, I've listened to literally everything they've ever done, with the exception being that weird, like, dub remix album they did of Demon Days. I haven't listened to that, but that's okay. No, Leica Come Home. I haven't heard Leica Come Home yet.
I was gonna say, why haven't you listened to B-sides?
I literally own G-sides and D-sides on vinyl. I hope I would have listened to it. But yeah, they played like a pretty solid mix of stuff. White Light was really cool. Just that song feels like a throwaway, really, but it's actually pretty hype. Seeing that live. Oh Green World had like this really interesting kind of slow piano intro, which was neat. Melancholy Hill and El Manana back to back.
What?
Bruh. During El Manana, Damon like brought up a 2D, someone dressed up as 2D, and someone dressed up as like Murdoch's cult leader outfit for like this new album cycle they're on, and just brought them up on stage and took a picture with him, and he's like, I just thought you guys looked cool.
Oh my god. He made those guys' lives.
Yeah. Let's see what else is on here. New Genius off of the debut album. That's a really underrated song, I think. It's pretty good. Earth Gang opened up for them, but like I don't know anything about them, and so I missed their entire set because I was in line for merch for an hour. So but they did Opium with Earth Gang, that's on Song Machine, which is cool. They did Desolé with the artist that's featured on that song. Like they brought her out for that song, and that was really cool. That was definitely a holy shit moment. See, they did Dirty Harry with Booty Brown doing the kind of rapped bit at the end, which was really cool. They did Feel Good Inc. with the guy that's featured on that. He came out and like hyped up the crowd and stuff. That was really cool. I didn't realize how many songs Gorillaz done with Booty Brown, but they did a 3-song encore. They did New Gold, which is the new single that they dropped pretty recently. They did Stylo, and then they did Clint Eastwood as their last song, but they drew it out so long. So there's like the Ed Case refix version that is on like, I think it's like D-sides or something. They basically did the first half of the song normal and then just did that for the rest of the song, but they brought the guy that did the remix out and he like extended the song by like 3 or 4 minutes just hyping everybody up. It was wild. But all in all, really fucking good show. It was incredible. Holy shit. I got a shirt, but I don't know. I think it might be in the wash, but it's whatever. So yeah, I did that. I did that last week. That was very cool. And then next week so not this week, but the week after, I'm seeing Slipknot, and Ice Nine Kills is opening up for them. So I'm very, very excited for that.
Slipknot puts on one of the best shows I've seen in a hot minute. They have a fuck ton of pyrotechnics. Have you ever seen them live, Mike?
I think I saw them like back in 2008 when they were at the Coliseum.
Like, they use a lot of pyrotechnics, or at least they
do.
do. There's a bunch of restrictions now, so...
They still did in 2021, when I saw them last year. They still did a shit ton of them, so... Yeah. And Ice Nine Kills is so much fun. That's such a fun show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm excited. Also, I just found out this was literally announced yesterday. JPEG Mafia is going back on tour, so I guess I'm seeing him next month at some point. So excited to see Peggy again. He was really cool the first time, so yeah.
Gamer.
But that's all I got. So
Okay.
So I already know what album I want to pick.
I'm contemplating. I got a couple. I don't know which one I want.
I'm actually out of albums from season 1 because if I pick... So there's like 3 more episodes of season 1 I could do, but it's all artists that I've done like 2 or 3 albums from them already. So I don't want to do that again. So now I'm back to what the fuck do I pick?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what I'm picking.
What are you picking?
Y'all like thrash metal?
Sometimes.
Fine with me.
What about Maori thrash metal?
Sounds cool.
Oh.
So my album for next week is going to be Alien Weaponry's Toi.
Okay, not heard of that. What
E
the fuck do I
U.
wanna pick?
I don't think I've done Pussifer yet, have I?
I don't think you have done Pussifer yet, no. We've done Tool, but we've never done Pussifer.
You release a fucking album yet?
Okay, do I pick the first Pussifer album, which is really weird, or do I pick the new one, which is not that weird and just kind of slaps? Do you want weird, or do you just want something that slaps?
Something that slap.
Okay, then... I guess I'll just pick my favorite album of theirs then. Conditions of My Parole by Pussifer. Fuck it, that's what we're going with.
Okay, I'm gonna pick a rather short album. I guess it's probably more of an EP. I'm gonna pick Cosmic Music by Beak.
Pick one.
Okay, let me do one of these. And then I get to
You can
do...
do the same one if you want.
Steven, what was yours again?
Alien Weaponry's 2. TU.
Give me your bottle opener.
Open my beer for me, pretty lady.
I think I know how to do this. He's like, shut up.
That.
Scared.
That's a spoofy.
That's a spoofy?
Alrighty. That's albums posted. Tundi is posting cats in my chat. I like I like the second one. He's just kind of vibing this good emote. Hold up, motherfucker. Hold up.
I didn't realize you had so much left. I wouldn't have offered. Crazy.
There we go. All right.